everybody, we're back. It's all good. My first guest tonight is, of course, the brand new anchor of NBC Nightly News. He's doing a great job. Please welcome Brian Williams.
They're playing the theme music.
Isn't that great?
Thank you, Max. That's a very nice touch.
That's a great. Well, you earned that job. You took over the big seat, and it's going well.
It's going terribly well, thank you. And I have nothing, but love for the viewers who have made it possible. Anyway, gotta scoot. Great to see you.
Nice having you here. Yeah. It was great. That was the most I think I've connected with you as a human being yet. So
I wouldn't call it a connection, really.
No, I didn't think so either.
More of a fleeting comment.
Now, you have been so busy lately.
Unbelievable.
That it stretches the imagination. You've been all over the world. Just in the last week, tell us where you've been.
Well, I'm just back 48 hours back from Baghdad, and not just Baghdad, to go there and cover the election. We flew north to Mosul. It's still, and people should know this, I mean, it's not to bring the entire show down more than the opening segment did, but it's
Wait, it's funny, we are out of time. I didn't realize that it was that quick.
I thought it was clear to everyone. It's still a very dangerous place. On election night, when the vote was over, it was dark. They were lobbing mortars into where we were in the green zone. So it's still very dangerous, obviously.
So it's hard for you to, like, sleep there or relax, obviously.
No, but more than 2 to 4 hours at a time, there's no such thing.
Right. So then you go from there, you rush back here for the State of the Union address.
Right. Came to New York for a few hours, saw my family, the dog, second pass, realized who I was, but very little recognition. And then went down to Washington, did the State of the Union, overnighted, flew back today, interviewed Mrs. Bush this afternoon in the Nightly News studio for tonight's broadcast. Got a call from your guys. Came up here. Watched the opening segment, walked out. They got me from the elevator, talked me into a $100,000 honorarium for appearing tonight, and so I'm here.
Incredible. Yeah. What an incredible treat for all of us. Now, Now, if I were you and I were that busy, and in fairness, you were booked a day or so ago, and you looking at your schedule, let's just go with that.
Okay.
No, lose Conan. You know, you've got busy thing. You've got a lot going on. Was it just an animal attraction that brought you here?
Sure. You know, there's always been a je ne sais quoi between the two of us.
I don't know what that means.
It's French for Irish magnetism, I think.
Yes.
And we've always had a kind of a thing.
Yes,
we started at about the same time.
That's interesting. I was thinking about this today. We have to get along. I've been signed up with NBC through 2052.
Right.
You're signed up with NBC. We're here. I mean, I could screw up and they could somehow get rid of me or arrange an accident.
Could screw up. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
The point I'm trying to make is we gotta get along, baby, you and me.
And
this is all we got. We gotta make it work.
We're dwelling too much on tonight's opening segment. I like
that segment. You like that segment. That's a good segment. This guy's out of his mind. That was inventive television that has been rushed over to the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and right now it's being given a Peabody Award.
To be serious, this speaks to your point. You, I think, perhaps need me. I mean, you guys have a... Look at your production values, Conan. You have a still picture of the president with really cheesy lips. You know?
Right.
I know, we both know whose lips they are. You know, you wouldn't go near them in real life. You've got Schwarzenegger.
You're talking about the clutch cargo thing we do. Yes.
And we have moving video. You know, we had the State of the Union address. This was your version.
Yes,
that wasn't real, what you just did.
That was all real. That was me addressing the nation.
No. But you're going to need the news division in the next several decades.
So you're saying I need you more than you need me.
I'm saying it's symbiotic. Is it tilted my way? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, to think we'll never see you here again is sad. Let's move on to more attractive things to discuss. First of all, you've got this new job.
Yeah.
You took over for a legend, Brokaw. How is Brokaw doing, by the way?
Talked to him yesterday from Washington. He's doing very well, and for the first time, he's actually watching other channels.
Right.
You know, he said it struck him that for all these years, he never had time to watch the competition because we're fairly busy during that half hour. So he's having a blast. He's going on trips, and he's terrific.
Because I saw him the other day on like 58th Street, and I'm worried. Take a look at this picture. I just worry for the man. Is he going to be fine, you think?
Again, that's a graphic.
Yeah, that's a graphic. That's fake.
Not a real photo. The guy looks like $1 million, okay? His retirement package is more than you'll make in your lifetime.
You must be... I think what we're looking at here is jet lag crankiness right here. I think this is the... I don't know this. I don't recognize this Brian Williams. I don't know who this Brian Williams is. You must be a lot of fun when you take your kids to Sesame Street. That guy's not real! That's not Snuffleupagus, that's a lot of yarn!
You're harshing my mellow.
I'm harshing your mellow.
Yeah, I had a good
See, even
mellow
I'm too
going.
old to know what that means. I have noticed, though, that you're doing a lot to make the nightly news your own and to sort of appeal to younger viewers. I think your new opening's fantastic. Look at this.
Can't wait
It's
to
really,
see it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's time for Nightly with Brian White.
Good evening. Just 5 days to go until the Iraqi elections. The U.S. and other coalition nations are trying hard to send out... And that wasn't real either, was it?
That one was real. That's the best news I've ever seen. You had lunch with the president.
Yes, yesterday at the White House before the State of the Union. It's really a tradition from administration to administration. You have an off-the-record lunch, and the ground rules are, during our coverage last night, we could say the president is known to believe strongly in blank, but you cannot quote him or talk about what goes on during the lunch. It's all the network anchors. And
which must be nice for him because he has to be so careful about what he says all the time.
I can't confirm whether or not he was careful about what he says. I'm sorry. I can't.
So you can't tell us anything. Can you tell us what you ate? What did the president eat? Can you tell us that?
Can't confirm that we had food.
But you're very tired, and you might tell us something, you know, and then regret it later.
Can't comment on any physical fatigue I might have. I'm sorry.
Incredible.
Well,
so you're pretty much
into
saying
an
that...
uncomfortable area. You faked everything since I've walked out here tonight.
Yeah.
No, it's very nice. And then the Democrats quickly invite you up to the Hill to give you their version. Same ground rules, only they're a little looser. They'll hand out copies of their speech, their rebuttal. Right. Which I thought was a barn burner last night. But anyway, it's an interesting town and an interesting time. I can say the president was incredibly energized. He's just... feeling the job, wearing the job.
Okay, that's something I'm curious about. You've watched this guy, you've covered him for 4 years under a lot of stress, a lot of people second-guessing him, a lot of turbulence, and then he wins this re-election. Have you seen him change? Have you seen this guy sort of take on this mantle of, I'm a two-term president now, I'm home free, and I'm comfortable in the job?
Yeah, and I think it always sounds a little patronizing when citizens like myself say he's grown into it, he's changed, he's matured. But the truth is, you can watch people grow in front of your eyes. You watch them. He mentioned his gray hair in his speech last night. Wasn't his fault 9/11 happened on his watch. But yes, the job has changed him. It's an enormous responsibility. Vice President Cheney came to lunch as well. When you see the two of them together, you kind of get it more clearly. It's kind of like watching, I hate to say this, you in the job over the years. Really,
I've turned gray? Is that what you're saying?
We're all so proud of you.
What the hell was that?
No. I was kidding. We're not.
Once again, that wasn't real.
I was kidding. No, we're not really
he didn't
proud.
mean a word of that.
No.
There's no one in there.
Not
it's
a bit.
You're an empty shell. I like to end every interview with that. You're an empty shell.
Appreciate it.
NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Are you happy now? You're doing a good job. You're
terrific.
And the ratings are good.
Just great. I just very lucky. We're knocking on wood all the time.
That's not wood. It's high-density polyurethane. That's plastic. We're not allowed to use wood. It's very expensive stuff, and as you mentioned earlier, we've got no budget. But anyway, that airs weeknights on NBC as if that were necessary. Get some sleep.
Thank you for your kindness.
Yes, no problem. Brian Williams, everybody. Jimmy Buffett coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.